Well, good Thursday morning. It's good to be with you again. We're making our way through the Catechism. Here's something that I think about. Let me see if it hits you as well. It's challenging for me at times to understand what the resurrection of Christ accomplished, or what it means for me today. Have you ever had that thought? What does the resurrection actually get at? I believe it happened, so don't get me wrong there. I believe it happened, and as miraculous as it was, and I believe it happened. I still have the question, but why? What did it accomplish? And that's what the question gets at today. Question 50. What does Christ's resurrection mean for us? And the answer is this: Christ triumphed over sin and death by being physically resurrected, so that all who trust in him are raised to new life in this world and to everlasting life in the world to come. Just as we will one day be resurrected, so this world will one day be restored. But those who do not trust in Christ will be raised to everlasting death. The resurrection of Jesus was the defeat of sin and death. If Jesus stays dead, then what hope do we have? Right? Now or in the life to come, what hope do we have? We have a victorious, conquering King who died to pay the penalty of sin, but he also defeated sin and death by being raised from the dead. Right? Listen, death is the thing that gets everyone, right? Death gets everyone. No one escapes death. Some may live through a bear attack. In fact, a couple years ago, there was a man who lived through a mountain lion attack just up on Horsetooth. Some may get struck by lightning. I think that there's the record of someone's gotten struck by lightning 4 different times and still live to talk about it. I had a friend growing up whose dad's parachute didn't open all the way, and he came crashing down. He bounced once and got up and talked about it. But at some point, everyone dies, right? Death gets everyone. In fact, in his humanity, death also got Jesus. Jesus died as well. The thing that gets everyone also got Jesus. But Jesus showed his power, unlike anyone else could, unlike we could. Jesus shows his power by being victorious over sin and death, by walking out of the grave. Right? It's because of that we have hope. It's also because of that those who believe will also experience resurrection from the dead themselves. Paul says in 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13 and 14, "But we do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about those who are asleep, that you may not grieve as others do who have no hope. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep." We can grieve in death. We should. We can grieve in death, but not as those who don't have hope, because we have hope. Right? Jesus defeated death in his resurrection, and it's because of that we will also be raised to new resurrection life. So here's the question and answer again, I think as an encouragement to us. Question 50, what does Christ's resurrection mean for us? And the answer is Christ triumphed over sin and death by being physically resurrected, so that all who trust in him are raised to new life in this world and to everlasting life in the world to come. Just as we will one day be resurrected, so this world will one day be restored, but those who do not trust in Christ will be raised to everlasting death.